50. Yeah. It's 50 shades of life. Let's talk about your type. Are your pockets feeling light?
Does your man treat you right?
Is your sex game lame? Are you searching for some fame? Hey yo, cuz, let's talk about it. Sex, health, music, wealth, truth and self. I knew myself. Boy, you better not lose yourself. But let me mind my own black business. Running up these digits, fresher than them dishes.
Tell your grant your wishes. I'm a tarot reading witness.
Yeah. 5-0. Yeah, 50.
Welcome to 50 Shades of Life. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to 50 Shades of Life. I'm your girl, Raquel Ne'Cole, and this is my dope cousin. Look at y'all. Look, didn't I tell y'all? She is fly. Look at her skin. Look at that hair. Oh, my God. Look.
Oh, my God. Boy, you know, this is like my weekly dose of pumping me up, gassing me up. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. You know, if no one else is going to tell me I'm pretty, it's going to be you or Caitlin.
Yes. Well, I mean, I would tell you if you were ugly, too, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll accept it.
So we have, as you guys can see, we have a guest who is a repeat guest today. I'm so excited. So we have Miss Veronica Brown on. Welcome, welcome. So, and Veronica, if you guys, again, like I said in the last episode, if you have not watched Veronica's episode, where she gave us some good information about weight loss and what's Ozempic and all this kind of stuff or whatever, it was in chapter 7. So I need you guys to go back and pay attention. This is medical professional advice that she was giving us. So I need you guys to pay attention, to go back and listen to the whole episode, and shout out to all of her crew that came through and supported and viewed us on YouTube. They were in the comments, so I love the support. Yes. But welcome, Veronica. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So we have Veronica on because one of Talia's ideas, so Talia always has this, and this is what we were talking about off camera. So I'm talking about it on camera. So Talia came and we were, plotting and scheming. You guys, these are pre-recorded These are pre-recorded chapters, right? And she comes to me and she's like, I was watching, is his name Bryan? I was watching Bryan, and then I'm like, who is Bryan? And what are you talking about, girl? And I'm like, who do we know that's named Bryan that I actually know and she knows? And then she's like, Bryan such and such, as if I'm still supposed to know who this person is, right? And she tells me, but basically, and I'm gonna let Talia get into it, but it's someone who is trying to live forever, right? And Veronica and I agree. I don't know about you, Talia, but I ain't trying to live for forever. Veronica, you trying to live for?
I don't. I just want to live. I want to go when I'm healthy. I don't want to be sick when I go.
That part.
Just natural in my sleep.
Yes. Yes. Talia, you want to live forever?
I agree with you guys. I don't know if I could be like a rock star, healthy, if I could still look young but be old and feel young. Yes, that would be popping.
You trying to be like Moses or somebody in the Bible? You trying to live 1,500, 755 years? That's
exactly. But if my hair could still be dark, if I could still, get up to my regular activities, because as we know what, when you get, like, you can live such a long life, like look at 101, like my grandmother, right? And she's doing fairly well, but then, you bent over, you have dementia, just like you were saying, Veronica. So he's trying to avoid all of this. And that's really what his mission is. That's really what this is all about. It's not just about living forever. It's about doing so, but being healthy and reversing aging is what he's trying to do, which we don't know a single person that has been able to achieve that yet, but
yeah. Well, you got to tell us, and this is why we have Veronica on, because Veronica, as we mentioned in the last chapter that she was on, again, chapter 7, she doesn't try to make people live for forever.
I just want people to live healthy.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So that is not the goal. Please do not contact her like, I saw you on 50 Shades of Life and we can live for life forever. No, that's not
Forever,
what.
guys. I'm sorry.
But she can assist you because she owns a wellness clinic and she is a professional. She is not some like side surgeon slash side nurse that don't have nurse qualifications. That's not what she does. Okay. She has an actual wellness clinic that, or spa, I should say. And you can correct me however it's supposed to be pronounced. But basically, I see it as a clinic, a slash spa, because it's everything that you need to help beautify, to me, yourself in a healthy way. And as you can see, she is stunning herself. She is slayed. Normally, if you guys see her hair is like always perfect. So today she's rocking the braids. You can tell it's hot. It's summer. We are Black girls.
Yeah.
Braids.
The natural styles are in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we wanted to bring her on to get her professional, view and how things are, what is recommended for those of us, because I've seen it definitely increase. And as Veronica talked about in the previous chapter, like during COVID, I think it hiked, where a lot of people were like, let me focus on me even more, right? I think I know some people who are in the millionaire status that have always self-indulged on self-care type treatments, right? But now it's like the normal population, right? Those that can and cannot afford it are still trying to do everything they can to not be like how Talia said, the limpy, humpy, hurting, So I think more and more people are trying to get there. Some are trying to do shortcuts. We don't want you to do, those types of shortcuts that can put you in danger. So that's why Veronica is here. So I want you guys welcome Veronica. But Veronica, tell us again, just in case no one has seen chapter 7, your credentials, the name of your space, and all that kind of stuff. Give us a little background history on who you are.
I am Veronica Brown. I am the owner and CEO of the Wellness Lounge located in Canton, Michigan. I have been in the healthcare field for over 15 years. I'm a nurse practitioner. I was a registered nurse in the ER for like 10 years and I absolutely loved it. Now I'm working in a urology clinic, so I'm dealing with the bladder and all of that good stuff. But in my actual wellness lounge, my med spa, I am proactive about people's overall health and their wellness, their well being, by teaching them to eat better, to live healthier lives by working out, moving more, making better food choices as to what they eat and maybe not eat, and things of that sort. So I do weight loss, I do IV hydration. I also do restorative care for with PRP, with hair restore, as well as sexual health. And those are, I feel like everything that I do, my services is all related to your overall quality of life is what I am about. And I feel like if it affects you, then it affects your quality of life.
Yeah.
If you are a woman who had long hair all of your life, and all of a sudden, as you get older, you start to lose your hair, it affects your quality of life. You are no longer able to go out of the home without wearing a wig or whatever it is. So yeah, it affects your quality of life, and I like to restore those things. So that is primarily what I do.
Love it. Love it. Now, Talia, tell us the name and who this Bryan is, because that's not our cousin. We don't know who this person is. So tell us who Bryan is, please.
Okay, so Bryan Johnson, he owned Venmo, and he had Blueprint Venmo, or anyway, it was Venmo. He sold it. He made $800 million, and it was Braintree Venmo, and he sold it. He made 800 million, and then in the midst of that, he was stressed out. He was feeling anxious. He went through this terrible depression as he was going through all of these this process. He got a divorce, and he started to look older. He started to feel old. He was losing his hair. And so he was like, I don't want to live like that. And so he started to see what he could do, put his millions to good use. And so what he did is he brought in all of these people to monitor his blood work. They looked at different clinical trials and studies. And they test his blood all the time. They monitor. So they try something new and then they say this worked well or this didn't. So he's trying to develop an anti-aging protocol. And he's trying all of these steps. And he's been successful in a lot of them. He lost his hair. He was losing his hair, and a lot of his hair has grown back. At first, it was looking like, I don't know, brother, you might be out of it, but it did come back. He developed like a protocol called Blueprint that he's trying to test it, I think, on himself, so that what he says is so that he can recommend it to other people. And he has an extreme approach to it. Obviously, most people will not be able to do it because most people are not millionaires with disposable income to be able to, just spend money on all. And all of this is expensive, quite frankly. Yeah. Like a lot of the things that he does is quite expensive. But he's trying to develop a protocol that you could practice at home with some of the changes to your diet. So I wanted to tell you before we get into it and ask Veronica about it. So he was taking 110 pills a day, right? Insane. And so he was like, all right, this is not manageable. So then he got this thing called longevity mix. And he was saying some of it was really nasty. Some of the pills were very disgusting. And so he broke it down into a longevity mix that he drinks in the morning. And it has vitamin C, because I'm looking at it now, vitamin C, magnesium, calcium, alpha, ketoglutarate, glycine, and ashwagandha. Okay, so those are the things that he drinks in the morning, and then he eats the same thing every day, you guys. He doesn't deviate. So he eats broccoli, cauliflower. He eats lentils. He added avocados in because for healthy fats. And then
flaxseed.
And then he has some kind of pudding that he makes out of fruit. And that's pretty much all he eats. Like, it's, he's gotten very lean, but it's his protocol, and he's been monitoring himself. And he said he's reversing his aging. He's saying by his monitoring, he's saying that he's his rapid every year, he's only raised, so you age every year. He's only doing 7 months from how he's monitoring himself. So okay. I don't know what that's based on, but that's what he's saying. Yeah. So it's very extreme. He does look different. Mm-hmm. He does look like, one more thing I forgot, which was controversial. He used his son's plasma, his 19-year-old son's plasma, in order to, I guess, to like help the anti-aging process as well. And so people were like, well, that's weird, so that was all of the extreme things that he's done. He's done stem cells in his joints, in his knees and his shoulder from working out, because he's working out every single day, doing pull-ups and building his strength and all of that. All right. So anyway, I'm done. That's his protocol, you guys.
Well,
I just thought it was very interesting.
Let's back up, because I want to break down. I actually take some of those things every day. So I want to break down, and Veronica, we're going to rely on you for this part if we can. So back up, Talia. So the first thing you said he takes in the morning, one of the things I know that you said was vitamin C. We know what vitamin C does since we were a little kid, right? I literally just took some a few minutes ago. My dad was like, what is that? I said, it tastes like Metamucil. Oh, I don't want it. And I'm like, but it's vitamin C. I do take it, especially during COVID. Take it immediately. Drink it, however you can consume it. So we know vitamin C is for immunity. Is it, helping boost your immune system and stuff like that. Vitamin C for anything else, Veronica?
You know what? I use that a lot in my practice for people when they have COVID. I actually have an immunity boost shot that people come in a lot. COVID, the flu, cold symptoms. If you're around little kids all the time, because we know that they carry super germs that we have a hard time getting rid of, and they don't. Yes. Sinus headaches, hangovers. It's amazing. Everyone feels like nothing was ever wrong with them like the following day. So vitamin C is amazing for restorative health as well. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why does, and I don't know this part, if I would assume, so why does vitamin C Why is it so good? Like, what does it actually do to you?
It's natural, it's healing. It makes people feel better. You can find it in your food, your vegetables, your fruit, as well as for, your vitamins. It's
Hmm.
just a good overall healthy supplement to take.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Does
Yeah.
it help kind of like, in terms of you rebuilding your cells, does it help them to kind of rebuild themselves? Like, because there's so many different
Um,
vitamins, but
I wouldn't necessarily say rebuilding cells, but I would say for overall health, it could help you get better with along with other things like zinc and vitamin D and that type of stuff. I think collectively, that's why any supplement you take, you should take it with a multivitamin. It just makes it better.
Mm,
The body absorbs it better. It's just overall healthy to do.
okay. All right. The second thing he said was magnesium. I just started taking magnesium maybe about 7 months ago. So break down magnesium because I've seen bootleg magnesium, I've seen real magnesium, I've seen magnesium gummies, I'm like, oh my God.
You
So,
know what? Magnesium is really good for a lot of things. It's one of the most common things is um, muscle health. So if you have like sore joints, or you someone that work out, or maybe you may have arthritic pain, it could help with that. I always recommend people take it right before bedtime. I know that I take it a few times a week for that reason. I do work out a lot, with strength training and that type of stuff. So it will help with that. And it's amazing. Like you wake up and you feel like $1,000,000.
mhm,
It's also good too for people that have like asthma, any type of breathing issue. Sometimes we will give that in the hospital for um, to help overall with breathing.
gotcha.
So
Yeah, and
yeah.
I have seen it also used for birthing, where they give you
Oh
magnesium
yeah.
like that as well. So yeah, and they monitor it so closely because they're like, we would because you get weak and you can feel like you're about to pass out and all that. So they're like, nope. Then they dress it you like they monitor you like how you feel now. Do you have a headache? Do you feel like this? Okay. Because ultimately, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's a metal. All right, tell you the third thing was what was the third thing?
I was just looking it up because I don't know exactly either. It's calcium alpha ketoglutarate. And so when I was looking up while you guys were talking, it said that now this is, just based on there's no good scientific evidence of it. So, take it how you will. But it's supposed to be good for your liver and long-term kidneys. So you're like, if you have kidney disease, so I guess it's supposed to support your liver and your kidneys.
Do you
So
think that he's taking that? That was the one I was like, what in the heck is that? But do you think, because the first thing that I thought about when she said he was taking like 110 different pills, I was like, he's about to blow out his
I
kidneys.
think that is pretty excessive. That is like so extreme. But I'm not judging him. He has his own beliefs, and if it's working for him, fine. I don't want to take any pills, but
Mhm.
a lot of my vitamins are gummy, or I use my injections at my med spa. But 110 pills, like that's pretty excessive. I just think about his kidney, his liver. Like I don't know.
well,
Yeah.
he did stop it. He did. But
Hmm.
okay, but you got to remember the other thing, and not that I'm defending him because I do think it's extreme. He did he did he did stop taking that many, and that's why he put it into the drink. But
Yeah.
also he is monitoring himself all the time, so like monitoring his blood levels and his body to see how things affect him.
Yeah.
So
And the other one was ashwagandha. I know that
yeah,
I
we
high school
we love ashwagandha over here.
high school
People
counselor.
use that too for anxiety.
Yes, the high school
Yeah.
counselor, my son's high school, she keeps it on her desk in a
Yes,
gummy form, like ADHD, anxiety, whatever. Come on in here. You got issues? Come on in here. Chew on one of these and go to class.
yeah.
So let's educate folks, Veronica, on what is ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha, it's a supplement that people use, like I said, for calming effects, anxiety, sleep aids. It's just one of those like herbal supplements that people can use. You can get at the health food store, really anywhere that sells vitamins and supplements. So,
And it does have a calming effect because I've taken it before. No.
I've never taken it before, so I couldn't tell you personally, but I know that people do.
Yeah.
I have, and it does because I have anxiety. I mean, I've managed it now, but I did have it, and it did help. And you know what else? The magnesium. I just started taking magnesium glycinate, and I don't particularly know how I feel about it. But I think the dose that I chose is too high because I feel like it made me. Well, no, I'm just naturally. Maybe other people would like it though. I'm just naturally like an upbeat person, so I felt like it made me too chill. I was like feeling like, oh boy, I'm feeling like. But I think that they recommended like 300, and this one was 420 milligrams. So I think it was a little too high for me. But
are you just taking it just because, or you're just...
I was reading because they just like came out with a study talking about how good it is for women. It's good for muscles and building your muscles and whatever health it was. So they were like, it's good for women. Now I don't know. I have to go back and read it all. And so I was like, I'll jump and try something. I'll try something, see how it works, and then I'll be like, okay, did it work? All right, it did or it didn't. So I took it for a couple of days, and I just feel like it made me like. I do agree if you take it at night because I did take it at night. It did make me feel. It did make me have a restful sleep, but I actually like turmeric better than the magnesium glycinate for that. I feel like. What'd you say?
Take a turmeric supplement?
Yeah. But I didn't take them together.
Okay.
Anyway.
You have to be very careful with those. I tried taking turmeric and it was too strong for me. I nearly passed out from taking them for like a couple days. So yeah.
Really?
I could only like cook with turmeric. I won't take any like a pill form or anything. It's way too strong.
Wow.
Just for my body. Everyone's body is different.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys are almost the exact same size. So you guys know, I know you haven't
No,
met.
maybe at one time, but right now, since I'm down here in the South here, buddy, I've been eating it up. I'm going to ask you this too, Veronica. What do you think about, because I know Raquel don't have this problem, but I do, high cholesterol. How do you feel about, I'm not the most, well, first of all, it's a genetic thing. It's like my mother has it, my father has it. I have it. I have high cholesterol. I will eat good for a while and then I won't. But I also feel like it's just part of, how do you feel about taking the medicine? Like, do you feel like this is something that you could control without it?
I do. I feel like you can control your cholesterol through diet, through the amount of water you drink, and as well as exercise. If you're not eating fried foods, fatty foods, fast foods, those three things, the three F's, then I feel like that should be more than enough for you to control what your cholesterol level is, as well as not salting your food after it's done. Because I feel like a lot of people do that.
Okay.
So just doing those things. And are you plant-based?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were plant-based.
I need to. I've gone through that for a while, and it really did work. I'm telling you, like it was some great benefits to it. My skin had never looked better. I felt like it was easier to exercise. I just felt lighter. But again, I do like to eat some chicken and
I have not had
chicken, do you? You don't do you eat fried chicken?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yes. Especially since I've been down here. I've had some fried chicken.
I've had chicken in so many years. It's been a long time. But yeah, and cutting back on the red meat that you eat too. You know, we don't need meat every day, so that's why I really highlight meatless Mondays. Just like that be like kind of like your detox day from the weekend, because I feel like people are more lenient with themselves on the weekend. They're not as controlled as they would be during the week. So yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no routine really on the weekend, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and that's my problem too, boy. I will do good all week, and then the weekend I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have a there's this place that you can go and get. I'm not gonna tell y'all where I am, but it's this place that you can go and get drive through drink, alcoholic drinks. Okay,
Oh,
can you imagine the calories in this?
Yeah.
And so they're like slushies, but they have alcohol in them, and they're amazing.
Daiquiris.
Yes, they are amazing. So I'm like, I'm gonna have a daiquiri, and then I'm gonna have some chicken.
Oh my God.
Everything in moderation, you know,
Yeah.
everything in moderation.
She like, yep, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No,
That's what everybody. Come on now, Raquel.
she like Monday through Thursday, I'm clean, but as soon as Friday hit,
Yeah, but then I know it will totally like undo all of my work though. So I have to get it together. You know what I mean?
that's what I said. You work out Monday through Thursday just so you could turn up Friday through Sunday.
I know, and then it just undoes everything. So it makes no sense. It's stupid.
But I think, Bryan is kind of going back to that. I do feel he is extreme. I don't know why he would want to, I'm not judging him either, but I do question, like, why would you want to live forever? Right? Like, what is your goal? That's something I would love to understand. Like, what is your goal? And I think I also question, why he is doing it only on himself. Because I feel like if something happened to him, like you're kind of like, well, now what? Like, what would you do now? Well, he's dead. So like, what? I don't know. We don't know where to go. Science has stopped. So I'm sure I know he's journaling probably, he's keeping tabs on everything, but I don't know. I just feel like, and I've talked about this in another episode that we had. We talked about AI and stuff like that. And I feel like we are already getting into this like overpopulation in certain places. And if we were all living to be like 2, 3, 4, 500 years old, it would be so much chaos.
It would be. I've thought about that before too, what the world would look like if we lived forever. We would be walking around hunched over, unable to walk. I mean, I don't know. That's how I picture it. Because the body, I mean, we age.
It's to me, even if our bodies were half robotics, it's the mental part where
That too.
like,
Yeah.
damn, I've been here for 300 years. When am I going to die? Like,
Right, exactly.
like I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm tired of this person. My neighbor get on my nerves. My kids, they 500 years older than me. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm just saying, like, it's I don't know. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like that's different. But in terms of us living healthy, give us some advice in terms of like what you guys do and what you teach and what you recommend. We talked about the supplements and stuff like that. Give us some more advice in terms of like maybe the foods, instead of going to McDonald's or something, let's talk about meal prepping or something like that. What are the benefits to meal prepping, and what are some of the foods that you do recommend us to stay away from, and those that we should incorporate into our diets, whether it's daily or at least every other day or something like that?
Yeah, I think meal prepping is amazing. I do that a lot. You know what you're eating. You're preparing the food yourself, so you have control over the portion size, how you're seasoning it, which is really important. You're not supposed to oversalt your food, but you do want to season so that it is somewhat, pleasing, appealing looking as well. I do not eat fast food. I don't eat McDonald's, Wendy's, any of that. I prepare mainly my food myself, and if I don't, then I resort to the Mediterranean diet. I love Mediterranean food. So they see me at least. They see me at least maybe once or twice a week
Yeah.
there. I get the salmon dinner with the salad and the vegetables. That's me. They already know my order when I walk in. So, And you know, some of the things I do teach my clients as well as my patients at the clinic is smoking is like the worst thing that you can ever do. If you think of all the bad things, it's all related to smoking. Smoking, cancer, heart attack, heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, all of that is all bad. It's all things that we can control, as well as what you eat. You know, are you drinking enough water? I meet so many adults who aren't drinking water. People are drinking Pepsi, Coke, Mountain Dew every day, even Kool-Aid. I mean, I'm not judging, but we should not be drinking Kool-Aid as adults. Like that's like it's too much. So let's start drinking more water, preparing our meals, and moving more. You know, my trainer just told me recently that 1 hour is 4% of your time.
Yeah.
Okay, one hour is 4% of your time. So we can, even if you did 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something to get moving, at least you can say you were being proactive about your health so
Yeah.
that, you know, no one is telling you, well, you have high blood pressure because you didn't do XYZ. So I
Yeah.
think that's very important. And then sleep is a big thing. That's one of the things I did agree with Bryan about
Oh
was
yeah, we're gonna
sleep.
talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's big on sleep. Like that's
Yeah.
his number one thing. Like sleep
Yeah.
is like his most important, that's his priority. And
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us don't get enough sleep. 7 hours is what they recommend.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like 6.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I do 5. On the weekends I sleep better because I don't have like work to do. I mean,
Yeah.
I have work, but it's not like I have to get up at 5.
Yeah.
I still get up early, but you know,
Yeah.
but sleep is like a big thing. So I am
Yeah.
working on getting my 7 hours in because I know I don't. I
Yeah.
just don't.
That's one of my weaknesses. And I tell you guys, and Talia knows, like sleep was everything, right? For me. Like summertime, I'd be like, come on. Like, I'd be like, man, I came here to sleep. Like, what are you talking about? The rule was do not contact my house before noon. That was the other thing, because we are
Oh,
whole family would sleep till like 1 o'clock, right? Um, so and my grandmother would wake up and she'd be in there making whatever the heck she was doing at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, this is like the worst. But when I got older, having kids and stuff like that, it's like your awareness and your sleep goes like this. And then in the most recent years, and I had a kid at 39, 40. And then you have a kid in college, you have a baby, then you got one in high school, you got one in middle school. And it's just like, oh my God, my sleep is off. Literally, was diagnosed with insomnia. And my health was like just horrible. My
Yeah.
attitude, my patience. I got now diagnosed with fibromyalgia. It and my sleep was I had sciatica, I had bursitis in my hip. So I'm like, damn, I can't sleep. Like irritated, but still functioning to where I was like, I got to take something to sleep because I don't know like what I need to take. So that's when I started taking supplements and stuff because my doctors, thankfully, are not ones to just say, here, take this. They will educate you on these are the naturals. You can try this tea. You can do this. I want you to start exercising to help this. I don't want you to do it before you go to bed, like by this time, and they would give me those options. Now, I didn't do them all the time, but sleep was to me almost worse than anything else I have experienced is when I didn't get sleep and I still battle with it. But I mean, like I've had my first dreams, the most frequent dreams in the last like 4 or 5 years since I started taking these supplements. I wasn't getting dreams. I would go months, almost probably 2-3 years without having a dream. And I'm like, I'm not hitting REM sleep. At least I don't think I am because I was constantly up. Is everybody okay? Do I smell smoke? Like it was just so much. Is my son okay? He's in Baltimore. I'm over here. It was just so much.
you had some anxiety as well.
Yes. Yes. So I was on anxiety medicine. I was like, to hell with this. Nope. Let's fix all this. That's when the magnesium kicked in. That's when I was doing turmeric as well, but I do it in a tea form. And I literally, my whole kitchen, I have a whole cabinet that's nothing but teas. And
The same here.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything. I had one gummy and I was like, never again. My alertness was like, I was like, no, I'm too grown for this. I can't do this. But that I am a huge advocate for that. And I'm trying harder and harder and harder to get there. But like your lifestyle can literally kill you. So I would tell you guys, please try your hardest, especially if you do have kids. Still put yourself first, because I put myself like fifth for so long where I was just like, oh my God, I gained like 60 pounds. And when you're over 40, that's hard as hell to get off. I don't care what anybody says, it's hard to shake 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 pounds. It's rough.
He's so serious about sleep that he's like, he has a rule in his house that you cannot disturb him unless your life is in danger. That's how serious he is about sleep. And he is, he's been able to achieve perfect sleep. Like he has a monitor he's extreme. So he wears a device. Obviously, you can get the ring and everything that tells you, you monitor, but I think he wears something on his head that monitors his sleep. I don't know. But anyway, where he was able to achieve 100% sleep, restfulness. So he's serious about getting sleep. I forgot. That's like his number one thing. I don't know how I missed that.
Does sleep, now tell me this, so does he sleep with pure blackness, no sound? Yes. Or does he have white noise, or is he?
He keeps the room completely dark. He does not watch TV. He doesn't listen to a radio. He does nothing in his bedroom except for sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's very extreme. But I kind of envy his sleep pattern.
Look, let me go. Talia, give us his his YouTube so we can know exactly. I can put it right here below. Give us
It's Bryan Johnson. It's just Bryan Johnson.
Okay. All right. That is because I'm an advocate. I even train my kids that way, where since infants, we have blackout theater style curtains. Like I can go in my room right now, which I think I might actually put up in this room if I keep my podcast in here. For sound purposes, and also because they're so heavy, it is like a movie theater for real, where you're like, oh my God, I'm about to trip over something. I got to remember how the room is laid out because it's pure blackness, and you sleep so much better. And that's one thing, like I switched out my curtains. I had blackout, but they weren't theater style, and we had larger windows in my room. And as soon as I switched those out, my husband and I wake up like, what time is it?
I hate it. I hate that.
Oh my God.
I hate blackout curtains.
Oh my God, it's the best. Like the
I hate it. I hate to be in a dark room.
There's no way. There's no way.
And I hate to be in a dark room. It creeps me out. I'm like, but you gotta remember, I'm blind too. So I'm like, oh my God, is there something over there? I can't see. Is something in there? Like I can't see anything, So I need to see. You had LASIK. I never had it. So I gotta take my glasses off, and I hate it. I hate it. So no, I do not like. Give me a nightlight, please. Well, Veronica, I wanted to ask you. Okay, so what could they do in your wellness clinic that's anti-aging?
Anti-aging. Oh yes, they can get my. I have a beauty IV that they can get. It has vitamin C, glutathione. It's amazing. And I have skin products now too, guys. I have CBD skin products for firming your body. So for those who are losing weight, working out, and you need to firm up, I got some for you too.
Wow.
The dark circles around your eyes. I'm a product junkie too. So I use all types of products on my skin. People are constantly asking, like, what are you using on your skin? Yeah, I use it all. Yep, and I have a beauty IV as well as a beauty injection. So I have stuff, guys. Just call me, come see me.
Now let me ask you this completely off the subject. So what do you think about all these BBLs that people make?
Listen, I am not opposed because, honey, let me tell you something. When the time comes that I need that facelift, I'm going to the doctor, okay? I'm going.
Yes.
I am not against it. Listen, here's the issue with BBLs. BBL surgery is not magic, just like the weight loss medication, the weight loss injections, it's not magic. So
Yes.
you've got to meet it halfway. So if you get a BBL, you can't just get the BBL, come home, don't do your massages, don't eat right or exercise, and then expect for you to look like Magnesium. It's not gonna happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to put the work into it. You've got to eat right. You have to put the good foods into your body. Drink your water. That should be your primary source of hydration is water. That is primarily all I drink is water.
Yeah.
Every now and then I might have a Sprite, when I need a little fizzle. I may
Yeah.
have a little cocktail, but it's not something I do often.
I was going to say, you just said something. I had this conversation. I'm going to ask you about this with my colleague, um, somebody I know, and she recently went through this bladder scare. And I would like force water. I'm a water drinker, right? Like I don't know where I put my water bottle, but I carry it everywhere.
Right next to
She
me.
does not drink water, right?
I don't understand that.
And I was like, and she is a Coke or Pepsi, which I think is Coke drinker. I think she said Pepsi's too sweet. She is a Coke drinker, baby. When I tell you, I'm like, so she, went through a scare, and I was like, it's probably that damn Coke, right? So I have heard in the past that women should definitely not drink dark pop. Pop, period, is not a good thing, but especially dark pop. Is that true? Is what's like the
I have not heard that analogy. Whether you are a male or female, you shouldn't be drinking. Soda should not be your primary source of hydration, especially when you're older, like our elderly population. A lot of them are only drinking those items and no water. And then they end up in the ER or hospital and they're dehydrated.
yeah,
So, water, if you can get at least 2 water bottles in a day, that's 4 glasses of water. It's
yes,
4 glasses. Like, I mean, and skin too. I mean, you think about your skin, you think about the flow of your blood, your organs in your body, flushing out the kidney, the bladder. Because if you've ever heard someone say that all I do is use the bathroom all day and they drink caffeine, if you drink caffeine, you're going to be in the bathroom all day because it works like a water pill, like a diuretic. So
yeah.
just as soon as you're drinking it, you're going to the bathroom. It's
Mhm.
just how it's like an irritant of the bladder. I
Wow.
talk about this every day.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, she's doing fine, but I was like, that should be a precursor for you to put that damn drink down and pick up your water. And she's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I did move to tropical smoothie. And I started cracking up laughing.
But she moved from caffeine to sugar.
The sugar.
There's no there's no there's no benefit.
Yes, yeah. I had to tell my husband, I was like, can we chill out on a tropical smoothie? Because it was every day. Talia, you raised an idea when you said, I think the turmeric is too much for me or whatever, no, or magnesium, I think it was. Should someone go to a primary care physician, or is it a specialist that they should see to get these supplements, or just go to a vitamin place or Walmart? I mean, like, what?
It's always good that you consult your a provider, a licensed professional before you start taking supplements,
Mhm.
just to be on the safe side. If it's something like a multivitamin, fine. But if
Mhm.
you're trying to get into a regimen of just taking supplements, then why? What's the need, or what are you trying to achieve?
Yeah.
That's what I would start. Yeah.
Mhm. Got it. Well, and that's why, like, you have to, some people, like you say, you could be a product junkie for skincare, right? And jacking up your face because you're mixing things. You don't know what's in a lot of these things,
Yeah.
right? Unless you have a medical background and you're able to read and say, oh, okay, I know what this is, right? But for the average population, we're not. So you have to be super duper careful with the skincare, hair products, supplements that you're taking, on a daily basis, because certain things could not only counteract, but they can cause other issues, right? That you, as a
Oh, yeah.
normal, in the general population, may not ever know, right? Until the doctor's like, hey, you have high enzymes in your liver or something. What are you taking? And you're like, oh, I'm doing this. How frequent are you taking it? And what's your dosage? And because you're taking it 6-7 days out of the week, right? It is triggering you to now have um this, and you're like, oh, I was wondering why my urine was strong, and it's just like, well, because you were taking too much magnesium, right? So it's very, very important. I just want to stress that I am not a doctor. I think I've been to 55 different doctors. and raise 4 kids, but you know, I have seen a lot, but I will definitely say it is so important for you to get checked out, and not wait to have symptoms. So now, should someone go every year for a physical, and how frequent should someone get like blood work done to make
So
sure their cholesterol and all that kind of stuff is done too?
yes, that's another part of being proactive with your health is not only the diet, the exercise, and drinking the water, but making sure that you are on top of your annual physicals. That is how you find out what's going on inside your body. That is when you're getting your blood work done. That may be when you are getting scheduled for your screenings, like your colonoscopy. Colon cancer is starting to be really prevalent in younger people now in their 40s, late 30s. So it's very important that people get the colonoscopies every 10 years, and then, sooner if you have family history, because colon cancer is one of the ones that you don't want.
Yeah.
No cancer is. So making sure that you're getting your mammograms annually, doing the self checks in the shower like we should be doing, that we don't do. There you go. See, she's doing her stuff. And yeah, and not only that, also what a lot of people don't talk about is your dental hygiene.
Yes.
People aren't going to the dentist. Okay, you need to make sure you're going at least once a year, preferably twice a year. Every 6 months, you should be getting a cleaning done. And they even do the free teeth cleaning at U of D Mercy in Detroit. So if there's a dentistry school, they go there. They do free cleanings all the time, and sometimes I think X-rays as well. So making sure you're brushing and flossing your teeth, people. It's important.
Yes. I think I'm addicted to flossing. That's probably the one thing I am addicted to is flossing. But yes, dental health is a big thing. The other thing I wanted to ask you, you said you are a product junkie. So Talia and I are actually going to be doing, after this episode, some product reviews. So I do ask you, what are some products that you love that may help you look and feel better in the beauty world?
Beauty world, I use Aveeno products. That's over the counter. You can get that. I mean, I use them faithfully. I also use Cetaphil. It just depends on the day and the season, really. And then I'll give you one of my secrets. I love Fenty products. I think when Rihanna made the products, the makeup line, the skin line, the body butter, she had me in mind.
Okay.
I mean, she really made those for me. She was like, that Veronica Brown, yeah, Fenty is for you, girl. This is all for you. Because my makeup artist, every time he does my makeup, I do a whole prep on my face with Fenty products before. So when I go in the next day, he's like, what did you use on your skin? He's like, this makeup is it's so amazing on your skin. Like, I just love doing your makeup. So yeah, the Fenty products, they for me. Thank you, Rihanna. Thank you.
Shout out to Fenty. You want to holler at 50 Shades of Veronica Brown? You
Okay.
That's now, okay?
Listen, y'all better call me, okay?
Yeah. We are definitely, but again, Talia, any other questions or anything like that? Or what, talk about your homeboy Bryan or anything?
No, that was it. That was it. I enjoyed it. And thank you so much, Veronica. It's always a pleasure. You have such a sweet personality.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
And give us your address again so that everyone who is in Southeast Michigan, or if you're not, you can still fly up here. Metro Detroit is right around the corner. So you can fly from anywhere in the world to Metro Detroit. So give us your address.
5826 Sheldon Road in Phoenix Salon Suites in Canton, Michigan. My number is 248-404-5523. That's the Wellness Lounge. You can follow me at twl.lifestyle on IG.
Yes. And you guys, she is active. Okay. Like, we got to step our game up over here at 50 Shades of Life. Because when I tell you guys, she's like, boom. And she just did my men's mental health. Tell us what happened. What was that for?
Yeah, so I did. So back in March, I did a whole wellness event for women in honor of Women's National Month, I think it was.
Mhm.
And it went so well. And I said I had to do one for the guys. And so I had that over this past weekend, July 13th, for the men. It was like a men's wellness day. So I had reflexology for the hands and feet. If you've never had that done, you need to have it done. It's
Ooh.
amazing. Massage therapy, I had them as well. I had mental health therapy there. I was giving my injections. And then I had two doctors that came in and spoke. One, a urologist, she came and spoke about prostate cancer because it is the number one killer in Black men. And it doesn't have to be because and then I had a sex therapist there as well, Dr. A. She's amazing. I love her so much. She's very knowledgeable. She's been a professor for many, many years. She travels all across the world to give advice and education on sexual health. And it was geared specifically toward the men.
Yeah.
And so none of the women, none of us were allowed to be in the room when they were talking so that they had the space to freely discuss what they, what their concerns were.
Wow.
And they love the women love their segment with her too. So I wanted to bring her back with the guys and they absolutely loved her. They can't stop talking about her.
I love it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she's
We
simply amazing.
just lose Dr. Ruth, who is another big sex.
Yes. Who can forget Dr. Ruth?
Look, I was like, man, I remember actually, I accidentally came across Dr. Ruth when I was little, and I was like, what?
I think we
Well,
all
have you
did.
seen the new Black one? Her name is Shan Boudran.
Oh,
Yeah, Shan Boudran.
See what I tell you about Talia? See this one?
okay. Can you drop that name?
Yeah, Shan Boudran. She talks about all kinds of stuff, sexual health.
Wait,
She's
is she on? What is she on?
she's on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. She has a podcast. Shan Boudran, that's her channel. Shan Booty is her channel.
Oh yeah, her.
Yeah, Shan, yeah, Boody.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Talia is a book of knowledge. Okay, like
I love it. I love it.
Like even Veronica, who does shots in the tuda and everything, she like, who?
Yeah, telling people about me because I do rejuvenate for sexual health too. So if y'all need to get juiced up or you need to get beefed up for the men, y'all come see me.
Yeah.
Because that can help your mental health, your physical health, your sexual.
I mean, it helps your overall. I help so many women with my tips and tricks with sexual health. It's like they are nearly in tears when I share the information. They come back and they tell me like, "Oh, that really works." I mean, people out here suffering in silence, and they don't have to. They can call me.
Good.
That's dope. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Please do stop by her med spa. It is intimate. It's not like, people watching you come in or something like that. It is a great location. Again, it's in Canton, Michigan, not far from the airport. So if you want to come in, get your shot and everything else and then head out, you can do that,
They can come and get the jet lag shot. The
Right.
jet lag shot. I do have it.
So hit her up again, follow her on social media on Instagram, as she stated. Here it is right here. You guys need to come in, get that the life back put into you, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, whatever it is. Come and get the thing. No, I'm just playing. But come and get it handled, okay? And when Talia comes up here, I am definitely going to bring her to your spot so she can do whatever she wants to do there. I will leave her in the room with you alone. And then, but at the end of the day, thank you so much, Veronica, for being on here again. Again, you guys check out chapter 7 where she is definitely talking about the O shot and everything. And you guys continue to like, love, share, comment below. And go check out Bryan. What's his name? Bryan Johnson. That's like the most Caucasian.
He changed his name.
He changed his name?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, I'm like, what?
It's Bryan Johnson. I don't know why I can't remember
right.
Bryan Johnson, and go check him out. And I wish him the best of luck. Talia, thank you again. She's glowing as usual. Thank you, Veronica. And we love you guys. Stay tuned. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
My own black business, running up these digits, fresher than them dishes.
Talia, grant your